All right, everybody. JT here with you guys back in the studio, Studio 10-4 Live, the weekly update for March the 18th, 2026. Good to be here with you guys. I feel like I've been doing this all day because I kind of have been. I've been in front of this dang computer and online talking to people on the phone, getting things set up for next week. We have tons and tons of programming for you guys, getting it all set up and arranged with our sponsors and who's going to be where and what we're going to be doing and when, all that kind of stuff, all live from Louisville. Mid America, Paul K. Young 2026. We'll start streaming on Wednesday, sometime in the morning. And for you East Coast guys, we'll be getting you in real time there at the local time zone. But everybody back home here are going to be 3 hours in back of us. So you guys will be getting morning programming. When I'm doing noon, it's 9 back here. So hopefully you keep up and pay attention to what's going on out there. Of course, Thursday is the big day. We have live streams all day long from the show. And then Thursday night will be the light show brought to you by Dickerson Custom Trucks. Wednesday is going to be all day programming. We'll be doing special views and looks of what's going on, people getting set up, get you guys in the know about what's happening during the week, during our streams from the show. And that'll be brought to you by Carpenter Custom Trucks, our good buddy Brandon Carpenter. So looking forward to all of that. Today's show special. This is our cover feature show, and we've got Stan Silva Jr. in the green room right now. And then, of course, brought to you by Pittsburgh Power, Max Milage, and Evans Detailing and Polishing. Time to shine. When it's time to shine, get Evan on the line. And Evan is supposed to be here, so I'm hoping he still is able to do that, because I know he got hit with a health issue, and I did talk to him today, and he said he's going to be here, so I'm sure he's going to show up and be in the studio for us to talk and see if he's still in that online truck competition that's going on right now with that beautiful Peterbilt cab over his. Burrito Dougie in the house. What's going on, buddy? Oh man, a lot of stuff happening. I've been watching. I took a little bit of time off today just to get caught up, find out what's happening in the world a little bit. Most of that you already know, and I don't need to go over it. But man, the weather is still a huge thing going on right now. Big effects going on, more towards the east than us. We're kind of having a heat wave right now. Got up to 92 today in the sun here at my place, and 92 in the studio. I finally had to turn the air on and shut her down. You know what I mean? Get everything closed up so I could cool this thing off. I'm down to 83 in here now, but it was getting a little bit warm. I was feeling like I was in a sauna and I wanted to take a nap. So got that worked out and able to finally kind of get my head back on straight. St. Patrick's Day yesterday. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody that celebrated. And if you enjoyed that and had a good time, cheers to you. I'm drinking my green drink from yesterday. That would be a margarita, and a tasty one at that. Evan is in the green room, so we got him with us too. We'll be bringing Evan in here shortly. This morning show, if you caught that, if you didn't catch that, watch the playback. A lot of good advice and knowledge was shared. This morning we really talked in depth about some safety issues that we're all encountering. And that's online, digitally, with social media, digital media marketing, and as well on the digital age of trucking and what that means. And in our world, and a lot of our worlds out there that are trucking every day, you guys have a tattletale in that truck. It's that digital box that it's linked back to the mothership, and it's supposed to tell you everything you need to know. I don't know how well they work. I'd be curious. Love to have somebody break into conversation on that sometime. In fact, maybe we'll do a follow-up after we get back from Mid-America on that, because I didn't have that. That's the digital age of trucking, for us was cell phones, man. That was, we got Nextel. That was, the Nextels, what a joke that was. At least I thought so. I thought, we had phones. That was good enough for me. I don't know why we had to go Nextel, but anyway, I don't even think they're around anymore. So digital age was that, and Sirius XM, that was another, part of the digital age inside the cab. But the dispatch being done digitally and having that electronic log, the ELD in there, that was just on the brink of being released and coming about. So one thing I can tell you, and this is just to touch on a point that we discussed this morning, just a little knowledge, and that is there's I don't know what you want to call it. There's a post going around where people are copying and pasting it again in social media. And it's the one of, I do not give permission to Facebook to post my pictures or, blah, blah, blah. I mean, listen, first of all, if you're a user of any Meta platform, you signed your life away when you agreed to the terms of service. If you didn't read that, that was in there. So whatever, that it's all fake. There's a lot of fake stuff out there. Be smart about what you're sharing, what you're sharing in the way of information of who you are, your information of your birthday, your, home address. You may not want to post that kind of stuff. Just put enough out there, people will know who you are. And if they want to find out more, they can reach out to you and call you, or they can message you if you guys are connected and you're friends on Facebook. So listen, there's a lot of things to be weary of and leery of. If it sounds too good to be true, I guarantee you it is. All right, let's get into today's show. First, I want to bring Evan in, and I want to welcome him to the show. Evan, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, John? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you feeling?
I'm upright and breathing, so that's half the battle.
You look good. So,
thanks. Just don't look from here down, and I'm good.
Well, if it's from the neck down, maybe it's like fabric softener or something, man.
It's not. It's in my hair. So if you see me itching, I'm sorry. Yeah. I got a bad case of the hives, and
I'm
not tweaking or nothing. It's just a bad case of the hives.
Well, I'm glad you're able to make it in today and be here and suffer through this. I saw a couple of posts today on the digital truck show competition that's Four State Trucks is doing. Are you still in or are you out?
I'm in. That's what they tell me anyways, is
okay.
We're still competing. We're in the semifinals, which is
so
weird.
Four of you guys are out?
There's four total. We're on the left side of the bracket, the Four State side, not the Chrome Shop Mafia side.
Okay.
And we're one of the last two on that left side. So if we make it this round, we make it to the final round, which is weird for me because we never get to compete in anything. So it's been pretty cool to get to compete with the cabbie once.
Yeah. No doubt. And that's of course going to be at the show next week for everybody to see and touch and get a look at, get a picture with.
Yeah, Levi and I, we gave her the full polish and wash today, so it's ready to go. And Kenny's coming to get it on Friday, hooking to the 26-foot trailer, our merch trailer, and hauling it down. And hopefully he can get it down there clean, because right now she is dialed in and looking good.
Well, fingers crossed, man. You never know what's going to happen on the way to Louisville or when you get there. what's it going to be like?
I was more concerned about what happened here this week. We had a 24 or 26-inch snowstorm on Monday, and we have there's drifts around here that are 20 foot tall. So it's been an interesting week.
Well, it is Wisconsin, so I mean, there's you get. I mean, Wisconsin, Minnesota, you guys are notorious for having the badass winters, right? So
Green Bay registered it was the worst snowstorm in 130 years. So we haven't seen one this bad in quite a while.
Wow. Well, you know what? Mother Nature, get it out of your system now and leave us some good stuff here next week for us, please. Yeah, right?
Well, Levi and I get into Louisville on Saturday to set up our outside setup for polishing for the week. And I saw Sunday's temperature is going to be 84, which is, we've seen that in the past. And then looks like Monday is going to drop out to 55. So it's going to be an interesting week, as it always is.
A little bit of a swing there, just a bit.
Yep.
Hey, Shannon. Good to have Miss Shannon on the show. Jamie Williams, what's happening, my friend? Good to have Jamie on here. There's plenty more people watching as well. You guys, if you want to comment, I'll know that you're here. I know there's numbers. I don't see who you are unless you comment. So, Eddie, good to have you on the show as always, too. This is a special show because you're one of the co-sponsors of the cover show every month. And we appreciate that. You've been doing this now with us for a few years now, I think, right? Been a while.
Yeah. I think it's been over 2 years now. We're proud to do it.
At least that. Well, you were doing it before while I was still living in California, and I've been out of California for 3 now. So.
Oh yeah, it might even be 3 already.
Yeah, well, it's been a bit. So thank you for doing that, and look forward to catching up in person in Louisville next week. We have our current cover truck feature guy in the green room right now, but before I bring him out, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your experiences. And I mean, you haven't been able to compete, but you've been kind of a cheerleader and a super promoter of the Mid-America Truck Show over the years. Your truck's there. I mean, I think everybody's seen that beautiful cab over. It's a gorgeous truck, right?
Yeah, thank you. It's changed over the years. When I first started taking it to Louisville, it was a blue single axle. And a few years back here, I think it was 22, we stretched it out and painted it brown. So it's had 2 different looks over the years. We actually have a shirt that we call Reflections of the Past. It's the current brown on top, and in the reflection on the bottom, it's the single axle blue. But yeah, I've been going to Louisville, I want to say early 2000s. And we started sponsoring, I want to say 10 years ago already. Yeah. And Louisville's the one that for me starts the season. So no matter if there's a show before it, it doesn't really matter to me. The first show that starts show season for me, the most important one of the year, is Louisville right out the gate. All of my customers that spent their time building trucks over the winter, they want, I always call it the trucker's checklist, right? What's the things you want to do when you build a truck? You want to win Louisville. You want to win a national championship. You want to get on a Shell Row telecover. You want to get on, I always tell everybody, you got to pick your magazine. You got to pick which one you want to try to get on the cover of. I always pitch for 10-4 because I think to me, it's the one that I always wanted to be on. I know I don't really stand a chance, but hey. I always say 10-4 is the one you want to get on. And nothing against the other guys, but 10-4 to me, when you get on a 10-4 cover, I know you guys treat everybody like family, and it's the one I always pitch for everybody, but that's on everybody's checklist, is to get on a magazine. So I tell everybody, pick which one you want to be on and hold out, because once you get on one, your chance of getting on one of the other ones is pretty low. And it's not because, Dan and I have talked about this before, it's not because the magazines don't like each other. It doesn't make sense to put the same truck on the same cover. Once you tell somebody's story, it's hard to rewrite that same story when it's still the same story. And there are some exceptions to the rules. You know, there's some nice trucks that have been on multiple magazines. But,
there is. I was going to say, I was going to play the homer here and say, as long as we did it first, everything else after that, second.
Yep. So Louisville's always been one of the important ones for me, because I know that that's on everybody's checklist that they want to win. And over the years, I've been blessed with a lot of great customers. We've won every best of show at Louisville, every class there is possible to win. There really isn't much more for me to fight for anymore, but I want to see my customers get that for them. Yeah. So that one's always been a really important one for me. So, and of course, I've had a great relationship with Toby over the years, and JC has had me polish for him over the years. So I've had a great relationship with both of those guys. So the show means a lot to me. And like I said, since it starts the show season, I've always been a big promoter of it, because I want to see the show do well.
I think we all do. I mean, you know, going back to your days out there with everybody else that was out there in the West Wing as a former West Winger. I mean, that was like the Wild West out there, man. You never knew what you were going to find. And it was a sight to see out there. I kind of miss the old West Wing, but that being said, not enough to say bring it back. I like how the layout is now. I like how they moved the show up to the front for the PKY competition. I think it's a good layout and it's a good flow. So I'm okay.
You know, it's a little more cramped up front. But as a vendor, I can tell you it is a different clientele that comes through to purchase items from you now. Especially for me, I have a booth outside, not inside. It's just a completely different clientele that comes through there. Now we're catching all the people that are going into their booths and people that are going through. So it definitely benefited us as a business, having everything outside in front. But yeah, last year I had to run in to go talk to a few different companies, and heading into that south wing, it was definitely a lot different experience. Back in the day, that south wing was kind of I always called it the high end wing. It was where all the big booths were at. Everything was like kind of high end and luxurious. Everybody had couches and really nice tables and stuff. And over in the west wing, it was like flea market over by us. And last year I had to run in to go talk to a few people, and I was on a couple XM radio shows last year that I had to go and meet with people for. And while I was in there, I was like, man, the South Hall kind of has a mixture of South and West mixed together. So I kind of called it the Southwest Airlines last year, because it was it was a completely different feel in that South Hall. But with that being said, it was really cool to have everybody in one location, and you could literally walk from one end to the other and just see everybody and everything. I did miss a few of the taser tables and a few of the Asian Asian trinket
gadgets. I called them the gadget guys.
Oh yeah, gadget guys. That's what it was. The gadgets.
Yeah, gadget guys.
I did miss seeing them, but there was still quite a few there. And honestly, there was still everything you wanted to see under one roof, and that's Louisville.
You know, that whole part of the show is there. The import section, we'll call it. There's, look, there's other names, obvious what people call it, but it is what it is. And it's just, there's something for everybody at this show. Believe me, there is.
Yep.
And I'm not going to discount and just knock the gadget thing, because I bought stuff over there, man.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, years ago, they had a great cover for my phone that had the extended life battery in it. And you just plugged your phone into that whole thing, and there was your case and an extra battery all in one. And it was a great product, man. I mean, as well as many other cool things that were out there. So Shannon says, can't walk at all if I'm wearing my boot. Well, yeah, well.
If she had chrome shoes, she'd make it. I promise.
Yeah, I think so. But hey, and Tim and April, good to have you guys in here. Gab, good to have you on here.
Can't wait to see you guys next week.
Yeah, you know what? Exactly. This is like our, at least for sure, once a year thing. We're all going to get together and hang out, whether glancing or otherwise. I mean, I'll spend more time seeing you out there than I will anywhere else, because I'm going to be out in that lot, and that's where I spend most of my time. But the inside thing, it's like I've got 3 shows to do and open each morning, each day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, inside Valley Chrome, and a couple of other ones in there. And then after that, out we go outside, and I'm looking forward to it, man. It's I get all my steps in for 1 year in 1 week,
Well, hopefully your knee's in better shape for it, because it's a lot of walking.
Good. Not good, man. You know what? I remember Tim Cody one year and his guys. I was hanging out with them, and I was hurting, man. I was hurting. It was just so painful. And they go, "Can we get you anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, a bottle of tequila." And I kid you not,
they had one.
No, they went and got one. They went to the store and got me PBR beer, and they got me a bottle of tequila. And you know who it was? It was his buddy that passed away a couple years ago, man. That dude, I can't.
Still such a tough loss.
Gosh, man, just awful. Tim Cody, I love you, buddy. I hope I see you this year again. But man, just that's the thing there. It's like, people, you walk up, you want anything to drink, you want anything to eat, can it get you anything? And I'm just kidding, and I kid you. And when he came up with the bottle of tequila, it was no joke. It wasn't no bottle of Cuervo Gold crap. It was a nice bottle of Reposado. He's like, "Is this good? Is this good?" I'm like, "Oh man, yeah." Anyway,
Tim Cody's been family for a long time, and I'd go to war for that guy.
Yeah,
he's a good one.
He's a good one. JC just jumped in. Good to have you, JC. Thanks for showing up. Well, listen, man, let's bring our cover guy in, Stan Silva Jr. I know you haven't met him, but we're going to clarify something here just to clear it up. Stan, meet Evan. Evan, meet Stan.
Evan, sir, how are you?
I'm doing great.
I'm just looking forward to doing this. So,
yeah. Well, good to have you on, Stan. TFK, Evan, you were there last year. Didn't you have his son? Didn't we do a live from his truck in front of his truck last year at the TFK or not?
I think we did. Yes.
I think we did. So there's Stan Silva Sr. and that's right. No.
Stan Silva Sr. passed away.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I am interrupting you already there, John.
That's okay. So Stan, the man, the big man, passed, and that's who the truck show you're hosting and having is for. It's about him. But then there's you, Junior. Then there's Junior, and then there's Junior. Right. So we got.
Yeah. Right.
It's like the George Foreman of Silva Trucking, man. You got George, and George. You got Stan, and Stan. So makes it easy though at family reunions. Somebody's going to turn around, right?
Yeah. And then I have a brother-in-law named Stan.
Oh, of course you do.
So that's probably who Evan met, Stan and Stan. Not me. I wasn't there.
All right.
I remember them both being named Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are you coming out this year for TFK, Evan?
I don't know if I'm going to make it out yet this year. We're trying to make it work, but we don't know if it's going to happen yet or not. It's really close to one of the other shows I got to go to.
Okay.
And we're going to try to make it work. If we can make the shop time work, we're going to be there, but we don't know for certain yet.
You're invited to rodeo. If you'd stop stinking having that other show of yours on the same damn dates, you might be able to make it out.
I can't help it. We tried to be the last one of the year, tried to make it work, and you guys had to go and try and steal half the thunder.
Yeah. Right. That's right. Well, rodeo's fun, man. One of these times, buddy. One of these times you'll make it. So I'd love to.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
It's a fun venture.
I'm gonna let you go, Evan, and I'm gonna keep Stan on, and we're gonna turn this over to him and make the second half of the show all about Stan Silva and making the cover of 10-4. But anything you want to share with everybody? Any final message before we see you next week?
Congratulations, Stan. You're part of the 10-4 family. I think it's awesome. I've been part of the 10-4 family for a number of years. You're in great company over there. If you guys are walking around, if anybody's walking around at Louisville next week, stop out the outside part of the lot. I think the outside is called the PKY Truck Beauty Championship.
Correct.
Come on out there. The build-off's going on.
Yep.
We'll have our full booth set up outside. We're also going to be shooting some videos ourselves out there this year, doing some live videos, doing our Polishers Corner podcast, talking to other polishers and having fun out there. So we're doing something a little new this year, but we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. Stop out and see us.
So you're going to have a table set up?
I look forward to meeting you, Evan. So,
well, nice meeting you, Stan.
I look forward to meeting you in person. And
go ahead, Stan.
No, I just look forward to meeting you, Evan, in person, and getting to share some talk with you, no doubt.
Yeah, it'd be great to meet you finally.
Evan, you going to have a table set up, a studio, outdoor studio kind of setup deal?
We will. Yeah, we're going to have our Time to Shine stuff. We also have our Babes and Big Rigs booth still set up. And right next to that, we'll have our Polishers Corner set up. So we'll be doing stuff. We got Robbie Bassey in our booth, and we'll have Mike Cab over in the booth. So it'd be
I'm an
interesting
old polisher,
location.
Man. I'm an old polisher, dude. I got the shoulders to prove it. Trust me.
Come on over and sit down. We'd love to have a chat with you. Levi and I will be there talking to people.
I think we'll need to do that. I get to turn it around on you, you know?
No, listen, I get to put you in the hot seat once. That'll be fun.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I get to be the other guy on there. So, all right, Evan, good to have you, my friend. Thank you. And I don't know what to do about what you got going on there, man, but I hope it leaves you and you can be in Louisville without any of that,
I'll be fine. I get it checked tomorrow and we'll all be good.
All right. Okay. Be good, brother. Take care.
See you guys.
See you later, Evan. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Evan for Evan's Detailing and Polishing. And when it's time to shine, get Evan on the line. I always say it, man, hardest working guy in the industry. He just endlessly is always working and under, above, on, around a truck, polishing it. And what he's going to be going through between now and showtime next week, man, ain't no joke. So guys are going to be there getting their shine on and making it happen, and having him there to be a part of it with his team to make it happen for all these guys is a big deal. And it shows, because you know what, his guys win, man. So it's a good team to have, and part of the 10-4 family for sure, but making everybody in the industry look good in more ways than one. All right, Stan, congratulations, man.
Well, thank you. I don't know what to say. It's pretty humbling there to have Dan and Shannon come out and spend their weekend with me. It was pretty amazing. So, and they're incredible people, and the 10-4 magazine is a incredible opportunity to have that truck out there after it's been on the road for and out there for 30-something years. So it's pretty humbling.
It's a fine looking cover, and the colors are just amazing in this cover. I mean, they really are. If you guys don't have a copy, you need to get yourself set up so you can have this every month. Get a subscription, get it mailed to you. It's well worth it.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So get that happening. And then, of course, you can go over onto the website and check out pictures as well. But you know what? There's something about having the magazine and getting that and having your copy of it. So I'm sure you'll be getting a lot of cool stuff from Dan and Shan here shortly, if you haven't gotten already. And that you'll see what I mean when that comes to you and on your. I'm sure it's probably on its way.
Oh no. Yeah. I've got boxes and boxes of stuff, and I called Dan and said, "Hey, what's this?" And he goes, "Oh, just open them up." And so, there's a fair amount of incredible stuff, and my God, they've done a heck of a job of, I don't know, just filling me, making me part of the 10-4 family, and it's awesome. So,
well, brother, you are a brother of that family. I'm a fellow cover trucker, once a cover trucker, always a cover trucker. And, it's a short list, really. I mean, and there's a note from Dan, by the way, and I was going to mention that too, but Dan is buried, as they say right now. I'll bring it up here so you can read it a little easier, but there you go, man. And this time of the year right now for Dan to be anywhere but where he's at is very hard. Got to get this thing ready and done, and literally doing a press check on Monday and flying out to Louisville on Tuesday. So I don't know how he's going to do it, man, but he's going to do it. And press check, for those of you that don't know, Dan lives up in the flipping foothills and above Fresno. He's got to drive down to LA. Yeah.
In the sequoias.
Yeah, right. Well, he's in the oak trees. The sequoias are further up, but
a little bit, but
yeah, but he's got to drive to LA.
I like that text that he sent. So I got a new puppy, a Labrador named Diesel. So it's like, go figure. So yeah, and he got to hang out with Diesel and myself. So
that is funny. Well, anyway, so Dan's busy and he's just popping in to give you a shout. By the way, happy anniversary, Dan and Shan. You got that picture effect. I'm going to bring that up. There they are in the AI generated look of Dan and Shan. Pretty cute. You guys are dorbs, as we say. So way to go.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. Your photo shoot, love that it was shot on the Central Coast. There's been some other ones that we've done, close to the Central Coast, Morgan Hill, and I forget where else in that area, but there's something about the Central Coast, man. And I say this from the heart because I'm from there, but it's just a beautiful area, man. And great photos there, Moss Landing, Castroville, out by the water, and some of the structures that were included in some of the pictures. In fact, while I'm at it, hell, let's just pop that baby right on in there. And
yeah, that was so cool, and that was like a afterthought. And I was already driving back home, and Dan says, "Hey, can you turn around? I found a spot." And my God, he figured that spot out right in Moss Landing, overlooking the harbor right there, and it was like, wow, that was pretty cool. So it's amazing what he made that look like. So he's a top 10 contender in photographic ability.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well,
I would say you'd want to be in the Oscars, but not really in the Oscars.
no. We got better places besides that. But you know what's cool about it? It's iconic to the Monterey Peninsula in between the cypress trees, man. That's iconic for Monterey right there, buddy. That's
literally like 500 yards from the. Don't show that picture, shit. Darn.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, that's 500 feet from the twin towers of PG&E right there. So
yeah, which is now a battery plant, isn't it? Isn't that what that is?
Oh yeah, that caught fire. Yeah, that's a whole different story. So
yeah. But I'm going to flash some pictures while we're chatting about this here. You got a Nathan and 3-chime there. And,
yeah, that's off of back in the day, we had to carry a piece of paper saying where we got those. Stating where we got those horns from. So I got them off of a locomotive that was being tore up. They're scrapped in Richmond, and they sent me a letter from the company that I was able to get them from to put them on there, because back in the day, High Patrol or any kind of law enforcement would ask you, hey, where's that from? Because they're back in the day, they were getting stolen off of locomotives. So
yeah, I had a Nathan 5-chime. It was called the KT5LA, and I bought it off of eBay. And so I didn't have any such thing, but I never got harassed about it. What's funny is I sold that thing on our 10-4 magazine Facebook page. I put an ad up and I sold it years and years and years ago. But man, that was a badass set of chimes, let me tell you.
Yeah, but 35 years ago, that would be a no-no. So
yeah.
Well, you got the interior right there. That's pretty cool. So
yeah, nice looking headliner there, and you got a Pioneer up there hanging out. What do you got?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go, man. There's another nice shot there too. Again with the water and the beach area there behind you. Great day for photo shoot, man. Absolutely.
Yeah,
great.
that was at the Moss Landing, right at the coast, right there. Right over the dunes, right there, the ocean, and that was in the slough right there. And Dan and Shannon, they just picked a great place. So,
well, they did. Now, here's where a lot of people get confused about this truck. So let's talk about that for a minute. If you haven't read the story, Stan, I mean, people out there haven't read your story. Let's talk about this truck. Give us kind of the background, history, year, model, make. Obviously, it's Peterbilt, but give us the year, model, and everything on it.
Well, it's a 65 Peterbilt cab. It's off of an old concrete truck, so it made it a 341. And so I was able to take the dash of two different old trucks and put them together, so it's kind of the same all the way across, because the old square doors had a short or narrow dash, and so that dash is full length of the cab. And then I did vintage air. Back in the day, my whole deal is I wanted to build a street rod, but I wasn't in the street rods. So I built a Peterbilt street rod. And, in early 90. I mean, I built it in 91, and I built. I lived in the garage every night, after work, and that's what I built. So every I used a wiring harness out of a 379, I believe, or 378 or something back in the day. The fuse panel and stuff like that, and
Right.
then just cut the floorboard out and moved it forward and to get some leg room, and just tons of stupid work that I wouldn't do it today.
Well, and those of you that don't know, so these older cabs, they kind of had a floor pan in them like a Kenworth. It was at an angle behind the pedals, and it was plywood, if I remember right, and so it was a little bit of a different deal. The legroom wasn't the same as the later cabs ended up having, so a little bit of a different deal. And this thing came out so nice. How does it ride, by the way?
Oh, it's a dream. So, because to get it lower back in the days that we didn't have airbags back in there, nobody thought of airbag front axles and stuff. So I shaved I've shaved the hangers and everything to get it as low as I could, and took the leaves out, and we put a low mount air ride in the back of it, and so that was right when low air came out, back in the early days. And so that's, I built the truck twice in 3 years. So it was a day cab at first, and then I tore it apart after I debuted it in 92 as a day cab. And then I tore it apart because I used to run, I started running going into Montana, and I said, oh shoot, I want to put a sleeper on it. So I tore it back apart. I didn't like the flames, or call it what you want, the rip. I call it the rip look. Some people call it flames, but they weren't the same on both sides. And I'm kind of screwed up in the head about, if it's on one side, it's got to be the same on both sides. So we ended up
That's called OCD,
repainting the whole thing, and putting the sleeper on it, and taking the Cummins out of it and putting the Caterpillar in it, and redoing the whole thing in 93. So
yeah. I listen, you know what? Anybody that has ever been on the cover of 10-4 magazine, and frankly, probably everybody that's ever been in it, featured story or whatever, we always say every truck's a cover truck, but there's just only room for one a month, 12 a year. So
I like that picture right there, John, because of the scrap metal that's behind it. So that's a great picture right there. That, I mean, I can go into stories about hauling scrap metal with that thing. So where I've been with that truck, people would be amazed of how I've got pictures of running snow, and I had to lift the air ride up and putting chains on it, and old scrap trailers that I were hauling that were pretty hideous looking. Here I'm pulling it with a show truck and hauling scrap metal. So we did what we had to do to do it, but I wanted to use it. So
you know what? That's how it should be, man. Working class show truck is what it's all about, and it's got to pay for itself. So, and it obviously has. And I love the cat under the hood, man. That's my favorite right there.
Yeah, that's a motor right there, by God. So,
what do you got going on with that motor that you can tell us?
So that's a 3406C motor. I bought it out of a crate when I was building it, and then I had a great friend of mine that worked at Coast County's Peterbilt in Salinas, California.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, oh man, he was a whiz. He's the one that helped me with all the electrical and everything. And then he said, "Hey, let's drop in some marine injectors and let's put a Hall set turbo on it." So we did all that, and my God, that truck is for not being all crazy and everything, and not messing with the pistons and anything like that. That thing is pretty amazing. You got to watch the barometer, no doubt.
So does the guys down there? Who's the guy you're talking about down there at Coast Counties?
His name was Rick Palmer. He was a lead guy back in the day. Rick Palmer. Oh yeah, you probably know him, John. But guy was.
I grew up with Rick, dude.
So Rick Palmer helped me build. He did all the electrical in that thing, and him and I, and he's behind that polished aluminum is a freaking maze of wiring. It's unbelievable. Because back in the day, we had to run everything off of relays and solenoids because everything is electric over air, and the back window, all the windows are electric over air, and so that guy, fed him into relays, and then the relays ran the air valves, and it's a maze under there. So, but that guy was a brilliant man.
You just hit a chord with me, man.
Yeah, he's gone too soon. So
way too soon.
Absolutely. He was a good buddy of mine.
Well, we'll have to talk offline then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about that gentleman. So
did you know Joey Sturgill?
Yes.
So Joey's one of my best friends, man. We talk all the time. Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we go back way with Coast Counties, and all the guys back in the old days. Craig Archer. He's now I don't know, the president of Coast Counties, but him and I grew up together, and his dad, and they're the one that started Coast Counties. His grandpa, my dad bought his first truck from his grandpa in 1974. So, I still have that truck. So it's going to be shown at the truck show in April when we do our truck show. So pretty cool 74 359.
Yep. Well, and there's another guy that's in here right now. Name's Jeff Parker. He's another guy that grew up with all of us. Him and his brother, Mark. Mark, his brother, and I have the same birthday, same year, March 1st.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and Jeff's our resident Leo. He's a retired law enforcement officer from Pacific Grove PD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he probably knows my wife.
Uh-oh. How about it,
That's
Jeff?
another story.
Yeah.
Because my wife grew up in from Pacific Grove, so.
Well, it's you never know. Well, Jeff, he won't know Vince because Vince didn't work at Coast Counties, but Joey Sturgill's brother, Vince Sturgill, is who Jeff's talking about.
Yeah, so I know Vince very well too.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, he's in the off-road stuff. So Vince and I know each other quite well. He's a hell of a fabricating guy. So Vince and I know each other building off-road shit. So
he learned from one of the best, man, the harbor there in Carmel, and Vince. So Vince and I, holy crap, man.
Shit, we can go on all day long.
We need to go offline with this conversation.
Yeah.
This is where that goes off to the side now.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. That's over a beer or something. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? It just proves it's an ever shrinking small world that we all travel around in, and you just never know when you're going to get to the point where here we are now. And but knowing Rick, you knew Rick, man. Joey, I love my buddy, but Rick was a guy that we lost at a young age and shouldn't have and did, and just yeah.
Rick's probably got 500 hours in that truck with me.
Wow.
Twice, because he helped me build it twice. So
yeah, amazing. Well, you're in the right place now, my friend. You are in the right place now on the cover of 10-4 magazine and in the fold of 10-4 magazine family. So I'm glad to have you on board.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the show a little bit. What made you kind of put this thing together, and when's it happening? And while you're doing that, I'm going to bring up the flyer so that we can all look at it. Okay.
Okay. So what started it was over a beer, and we were at Susan's truck show in October or September when it was in Turlock, California, and we might have had a couple spirits or whatnot, and then one thing led to another, and I go, hey, let's have a truck show, and then hey, let's have it on my dad's birthday weekend. Let's honor my dad. Let's donate the money to St. Jude's, and then all that occurred in a weekend or one night of at CG's shows, CG and Ash, they're great people, and they put on a hell of a show there in Turlock. So So next thing you know, one thing led to another, and then talking to Dan down at the Bakersfield, the trucking rodeo, and then my kid having fun down there, and one thing led to another. It's like, okay, I had to pull the strings on in the first part of January and said, hey, let's do it. And so we did it. And then as of today, we're inviting 65 trucks, and right now, as of today, we're at 65 trucks, and I'm blown away. The amount of people that are sponsoring it alone. My goal was, hey, let's make $25,000. Well, we've already exceeded 25,000 in sponsorship money already, and God, the people that are donating. Hodgebill just donated today. They donated a set of 34-inch fenders for me today, quarter fenders, and it was like, okay, and I didn't even ask him. So, it was like, that was cool. Mike there at Hodgebill, PDI's been great. And, Pike's Exhaust, they're a great company back there in Pennsylvania. That's who I promote is Pike's Exhaust. When I find a company that takes care of me, I take care of them. So,
100%.
yeah, and so back to the show. Gosh darn, great sponsors. It's a one-day show. It's in the heart of Monterey Bay. So people can come and enjoy the experience. I've got trucks as far as Illinois is coming. I was, I'm back in October, I was fortunate with my my other truck. So I'll get into that. I built a, that's truck 65 that's all been through its life of the 30 something years of it's been on the road. And I had to graduate it retire it in 2017 because of our government, and so with that said, I've been driving a truck and, here and there. I don't drive all the time because I've got, with A&S Metals, I'm quite busy, and but I get to choose and pick what I do. But I ended up ordering a 389X model. I ordered two of them. I got two of them, one for my build number 621 for my kid and build number 1026 for mine. And I built this truck and I ended up naming it Dream Walking. And it's a pretty great build. And I was able to be invited to the large car, Vegas large car, and to the Peterbilt factory this last October. And so, it's kind of been unique to be able to put all this stuff together. And, I'm very fortunate to have that ability to, or the honor to have this. And so to share it with people and to get people to the truck show, I think it's a great venture. And to show it all off, and to show we're gonna surround everything, because my dad's the one that taught me to drive, and I still have he right before he passed away, he has a 379 Peterbilt. That's the one right there. That truck right there has right at 100,000 miles, and most of the miles I put on it because after he passed away, I was pretty much one of the only ones to drive it. It pulled my race car hauler around a little bit, but to the most part, we retired that one. And all that truck does now is just go from show to show, and just to promote my dad and what he was about and what he was a part of our business, which made us, successful in life. The guy was just a incredible man. So,
well,
awesome. I got to quit talking about him because I get tied up. So,
awesome tribute to him, and I recognize that paint scheme, from my days back in the Monterey Peninsula area. You guys have been in the area for quite a while. Your dad, now your kids, and on and on and on. I really, really love the legacy that's been built and that you guys continue.
Thank you.
Yeah. So congratulations and God bless you guys, man.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah,
John. Thank
you
you.
bet. Now I'm getting so anyway, I'm still hung up on Rick. I still can't believe that.
Yeah,
That's
well, we need to
freaking
talk
awesome.
about that. So
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Anyway, a lot of good stuff coming out of this thing. I can't wait to hear about your show, and we'll get you back on, do a show report. And Dan and Shan are going to go, so they're going to be there. But the
yes, they are.
Las Vegas. Well, how was Vegas, man? How was last weekend?
Well, I didn't go to last weekend's one. I didn't. I went to the one in October. So
okay.
how it all transpired is I was invited to go to the God damn it, excuse me, down to the factory through Jay Hawthorne,
Yep.
and
HD equipment.
Yeah, and so those guys, I got invited there, and it was the week after Vegas Large Car, and Sherry called me and said, "Hey, you're invited to come down." And I'm going, "Well, we might as well just go a week early." So my brother-in-law Stan, another Stan, him and I hoofed it for 12 days, and we went to Vegas. And then from Vegas, I'm telling you, if anybody gets a chance or ever gets invited to that show, that is a show to go to.
Yeah.
My God, she's there, and to ever go to the nostalgic
museum that they got there.
Museum. Oh my God, that is I'm gonna go again and again and again because they kill it there, and to see what she does for her donations and what it's just a great cause, and the people that I met there was incredible. The whole thing was an amazing deal. The only bad thing the whole thing was is once we left there, we hit rain, and my truck was golden, and dream walking was looking smooth until we made it into not even into Flagstaff, and we hit rain, the worst rain I've been in a long time, all the way into Amarillo, Texas, and then dropped down into San Antonio or Dallas or wherever, Denton, Texas, where we went to, and
Denton, Texas.
My God, that was a jaunt, and there are some big ass bugs in Texas. So
yes, there is. And by the way, guys, if you don't know, Sherry Goldstrom's her name, and she's the one that puts on the Las Vegas show, and Children's Charities is their benefactor, the one who gets the proceeds from their fundraising that they have, and I've heard great things. Next year, I hope to be there, and I hope to be back in Arizona if we can get things worked out with Rod Pickett and his guys, so that we can be live streaming from Arizona, and then the following week or weekend, whenever that is, in the alignment of when they have the show, be in Vegas to do the Large Car Invitational, and do the same thing and live stream from there as well. But that's a big weekend there in Vegas because they got NASCAR in town, you got the truck show, you go to one, you get access to both. I mean, it's a pretty dang special deal, right?
Yeah, John. So this was the first year they've done the March race.
Right.
So it's usually the October, and the October one was incredible. And obviously we helped sponsor that, and they raised $74,000 for the kids, and that, and for that, coming out of that was amazing. And so there's nothing bad to say about how they put that event on. It's class act. The vice president or I think it was the president of the marketing or the racetrack came out and enjoyed our time. It was a great opportunity. So if anybody ever gets invited to that, don't ever say no. It's a must.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Stan, we're coming up on the top of the hour. I'm going to close our show down for today, but I'd like for you to stay where you're at. I'm going to close the show, and then you and I'll come back live to each other, just the two of us. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right, everybody.
Well,
listen.
Thanks for all the listeners to look in, and thank you. Thanks, and it's very humbling to be a part of the 10-4 magazine and to have you be for me to be a part of the show, John. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, Stan. And Dan made the right choice and getting you on there and getting you in the cover and being a part of this. Absolutely. And you know what? He's usually pretty right on. So good choice. Way to go, Dan, man. You guys did good. Beautiful cover, beautiful story. Guys, check it out. Get yourselves a copy of the magazine. Get subscribed so you can get yours at any point. You want it delivered monthly. It'll come to you just the way mine does, in a clear plastic protective jacket like that. So when you get it, it's perfect in every way, and you can be the one to open it up and let air breathe on it for the very first time. So get that done. Go to the website, TFK, Trucking for Kids. The show's coming up, and that's going to be the first weekend of May this year, and you need to go and get registered. If you're going, get registered. Be one of the first 200 competitors to get registered to get your bonus bucket with all the cool stuff that our different vendors and sponsors add to that bucket. You never know what could be in there. I mean, it might be something really off the wall that you just didn't expect, but then there's a lot of great products in there that you can use on a daily basis for you and your truck. So get that done and get registered, and that way we know you're coming. And I talked to a few folks in the last few days because I'm working on getting stuff taken care of for next week. Be sure, if you have a business, a product, a service, if you have something that you're trying to promote and you sell and you make your living with it, you need to sponsor one of our live stream weeks, days during the week. And that way I can talk about your product, your service, whatever you have all day long while we're live streaming from Louisville, Kentucky at the Mid-America Truck Show, Paul K. Young Truck Beauty Championship 2026. All right, everybody, keep the shiny side up. Hang in there with me, Stan. I'll get to you in a second, but everybody take care, stay safe. New magazine will be coming out here before you know it. Dan's working on it to make that happen. Next week, everything live from Louisville. All right, you guys, take care.